Hey guys, so this is fall CSA share number 2. Wow, that's a lot for fall. That's actually bigger than some of the summer ones I've had. But again, I'm going to start over here. Got my bread maker going because tonight's that chicken parm night that you'll see in the November dinners video. But we got green leaf lettuce, the green leafy. This one was medium, and then a lot of small ones, so I grabbed 2. A small one, then a medium-sized one. And then the purple kale, the Russian purple kale, is back. This is my favorite. I like sauteing this with eggs. So this one is probably my favorite. The curly kale I like to make the raw salad with. The lacinato kale is great for probably soups, which I should make one. Or you cook with it. And then the purple Russian, I like to saute it with eggs. Garlic, nutritional yeast, yummy, yummy, yummy. Then carrots are back. So they have some white carrots. I think they call them white carrots, with very little orange ones. I grabbed 2 bunches of those because they still had curly kale and lacinato kale I could have taken, but I still have those 2 from last week, so I didn't want to take 2 more, but I definitely wanted the purple Russian. So since I didn't take the 2 kales, I got 2 carrots. Love carrots. I also didn't take the radishes, but this I took. Turnips. And usually, so far, up until now, has been the tender skinned turnips. These are the harder skinned turnips. So these are hard, these are more you would have to cook. I don't know why they pull them out so little, but these definitely are the winter turnips that have to be cooked. So these are great in mashed potatoes, almost like cauliflower. You can't tell the difference, or you can't taste that they're in there. So I'm gonna cook these down next time I make mashed potatoes, and I'm adding these to it. So you get the extra benefits and extra fiber from the turnips and the nutritional value, which I should look up, added to the potatoes, and it cuts down on the carbs. So that is a great little sneaky cheaty, and also is great for blood sugar because it will lower the carbs in the potatoes, because obviously you're not having as many potatoes. So I'm going to do that. And then they still have the summer squashes going. These are the, I think they call them 8-ball squashes, cue ball squashes. So I took 2. They were this was the biggest one. All the others were little, so I just took 2 little ones. The eggplants were also very little. I took 3 little ones. Definitely not big enough to make eggplant parmesan, but I can cut them up and roast them like a ratatouille, which I like. This is probably the biggest pepper I've ever seen that they had. So I took 2 peppers because I did get a lot of peppers out of my garden that I have frozen in the freezer. I chop them up, take the seeds out, throw them in a freezer bag, and I keep them in the freezer so whenever I need to saute or chop, they're there. We don't eat them raw a lot. So tomatoes are still in effect. These will ripen up. This one's pretty. This one's good to go, but these will ripen up. So I think they're pulling the last of those and the last of the cherry tomatoes, and they said, take. So I took 3. I'm like, don't tell me twice. Plus I eat them when I'm walking around and I'm on my way home. Delicious. This was great. This is great in salads, but I do like making that what is it? Chicken penne al fresco. It's in my videos somewhere. That's really good. That's that microwavable pasta dish. But there's also, I think I posted it, sausage white beans with tomatoes roasted in garlic and oil in the oven. Oh my God. And then you eat it with bread, like Italian bread, to dip it in that sauce, because it creates like a sauce with the oil from the sausages, the olive oil, and then the juice from the tomatoes. So tasty. I gotta look to see if I made that. I don't remember. Pretty sure I did. But that's a favorite fall dish that we love. Then they had pickled squash. They had these last year, and I was able to take one last week, but I didn't. Not a fan of pickled. But this one, I remember I tried it last year, and it had a little sweetness to it, which was really good. But they gave us like I had a couple jars of them, and there's no way that I can eat them all. But it wasn't bad with a little bit on a salad. So this time they actually had smaller jars with the pickled squash. So I took the smaller jar, and then I'll throw them in a salad because they weren't bad in a salad. And here's the nasturtiums again. This time no flowers, but those are the leaves. Those go in a salad too. They gave a lot of herbs. This salt, last time, I think last year, was it last year or earlier this year, they had salt. I'm like, what's with the salt? They obviously make deals with other farms or restaurants and stores, and they, I guess, partnered up with some kind of, I don't think it was a spice shop, but supposedly these people had a lot of pink Himalayan sea salt, and they, I guess, bartered. So they gave them a whole bunch of salt in return for vegetables. So they're giving it to the CSA members. And then I got rosemary, although I do have a rosemary bush outside. I love the smell of rosemary. And it's so funny because I was telling my son, I said, you know what they say? Rosemary is for remembrance. It brings memories. So they say when you need to study for a test, smell rosemary while you're studying it. And then when you're taking the test, somehow smell rosemary again, and it will bring back the memories of your studying and help you to remember. He's like, yeah, good luck on trying to, have a sprig of rosemary by your desk in school. But I thought that was cute. So anyway, and then this was a first, dried oregano. So I took 2 because my oregano plant, I think it's fairly new, but I didn't get as much of a harvest as I wanted. Usually I fill up the whole jar with some extra, the big quart mason jars for the fall and winter, and I didn't get a big whole jar full. So now I can put that in my jar. Plus, I took 2 sprigs of the fresh oregano, so I'm going to dry those off too. Where's the other one? There it is. So I'm going to dry these off too to add to the jar. Oh, it smells so good. And then they had parsley. My parsley didn't do well. It was too hot this year, and it's a cool weather plant, so it didn't do well at all. And then when the cold weather came, I think the rabbits ate it because I just saw stems. They ate whatever good stalks I had left over. So don't know if it will come back, but I took their parsley, which I'm going to add to my chicken parmesan. And then the mushrooms, they gave us mushrooms in the CSA. I didn't have to buy them, and these are the lion's mane. And I know this bag is all wet. I'm going to have to transfer it. But I know I showed it to you before, but it looks like cauliflower. Yes. And lion mane is supposed to be really good for mental acuity, I think. I'll just change the bag for that. And then this one, I'm going to give a try. This was a first. They did have it last week, and I didn't take it. Again, not a pickle fan, but these are pickled radishes. So, you know what? You should always try. That's why I joined the CSA. I paid for this stuff. I should try it. And if I like it, I will find a way of eating it. And if I'm not crazy about it, I can give it to a friend. So that is all for CSA share number 2. I will look for that sausage video to do with the tomatoes, which I do plan on doing that soon. If I don't have a video, because 'tis the season, I got to go buy some sausages from Costco. And that's all. I will see you in the next video. I hope I inspired you. Let me do my little spiel. I hope I inspired you. I hope I gave you some great ideas. And see you in the next video. Bye.